All right, what's going on, guys? Got another breakdown for UFC Vegas 39, which I'll be real, I'm going to be pretty conservative on this card betting wise. I'm not seeing the value early. It's going to be prop dependent, but even then, I think I'm just going to play pretty conservative on this card. There's a couple of the pay per views and other fight nights coming up that I like much better for betting, so this one could be tricky, but that's just me. Lots of big favorites for the fights that I like, including this one. We got Romanov at 4-1 over Jared Vanderaa, but yeah. So at heavyweight, we got Alexander Romanov, 14-0, taking on Vanderaa. Vanderaa is going to have a 5-inch reach advantage, so I'll start with Romanov. Like we were saying, undefeated, and it's pretty much he's one of those guys where he just says, "Here it is, try to stop it." With him, it's wrestling, heavy offensive wrestling game plan, and he's probably got some of the strongest takedowns in the division, if not the strongest. He just gets people to the ground one way or the other, be it single leg or mostly body lock, and he has a lot of body slams too. A big 265 pounders gets full extension, slams him to the ground. So he's strong, and especially in the first two rounds, Romanov just seems to be unstoppable. He's just a bulldozer. Gets most of his wins by either submission or knockout in the first or second round. He's got a couple forearm chokes that just speaks to that brute strength we were talking about. But yeah, he's got a few chokes, a couple chokes in the UFC since he's gotten to the UFC, but also some solid ground and pound knockouts. But yeah, he's gone to that forearm choke a couple times, which is pretty wild. But yeah, the ground and pound is vicious. I think he definitely could have gotten Martinez out of there with the ground and pound. Mark Smith gave him some chances, and he was also blocking him, but he was still getting pounded and wasn't really defending. So I think a different ref could have stopped that by ground and pound knockout, but he was able to get the choke, head and arm choke, and then forearm choke against the Lima. And then the Juan Espino fight was one of the only fights where we've seen Romanov get extended, which leads us into the downsides of Romanov's game. I worry about his cardio late in fights. Like, I definitely think there's a path to beat Romanov. I don't necessarily think Vanderaa is that guy, but pretty soon I might be looking to fade Romanov. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, he looked pretty labored in that one. He was able to take Espino down multiple times in the first and second round, but Espino was also able to get back up, and Romanov was pretty tired. And then there was a nut shot, I believe, and the fight was stopped, went to the cards, and Romanov was given the decision. But, take that for what it's worth. Romanov did look labored in that third round, so I think that is the path to Romanov. You kind of got to survive and then see if you can't do something in the third, or you got to catch him coming in. Vanderaa has good counters, but yeah, we'll just segue into him. So Vanderaa, this will be his third fight in the UFC outright. Got a win over Harry Hunsucker on the Contender Series. And then he fights Sergey Spivak, which I would say is a relevant fight for this one if you're looking for something to watch. Good tape. Yeah, he got taken down 3 times in that one, I believe, and got controlled for much of the fight. Two of the takedowns, one in each round, was off of a kick, caught kick. Spivak was able to take him down. Then in the first round, after the first takedown, I think he got back to his feet momentarily. Then he got taken down, body lock, sweep takedown off the fence, and controlled for the rest of the round. Then the second round, he tries a head kick, gets taken down, never ended up getting back up, just got ground and pounded the whole round, controlled, and got stopped in the second. So, not a good indicator if we're being real. He's also been submitted a couple times. So, Vanderaa can get taken down quite easily. I don't want to say easily, but for Romanov, it might be easy. Let's say that. I think Romanov is going to be able to get the takedown here. But yeah, for Vanderaa, he looked good in his last fight. He outpointed Justin Tafa, who I think has a lot of skill set. He's just pretty green, and he looked pretty conservative. Looked like he tried to like reinvent his game as like a technical kickboxer in that one. Didn't really work out for him because yeah, Vanderaa was able to just outpoint him. But that's a solid win for Vanderaa. He was fired up. And yeah, I don't think Vanderaa is a bad fighter at all. I think he's just running into tough challenge here in Romanov, who has tools that Vanderaa has shown he's got some trouble with, grapplers. So yeah, I gotta be real. I do agree with the line. Alexander Romanov 4-1. It's husky, but it's gonna be props dependent. I want to see what we get for props, and So I'm thinking that Romanov is going to get a ground and pound knockout here. He's got a couple submissions in the UFC, but like I said, that Martinez one could have gone either way. He snuck the forearm choke into DeLima, but his game plan seems to be to go to the ground and pound first and then see if he can't get a submission. But yeah, I think that Vanderaa won't be defending the ground and pound as well as Martinez did, and I think that that fight would get stopped if it was in a similar position. And yeah, I do think that Romanov by knockout is going to be the best value. We'll see if we can get it like minus 120 or better, which we might be able to because I think the submission prop is going to be the most juiced. I know there might be other books that have props out this early in the week, but I just use FanDuel, so we'll see. I should probably look at other books from time to time, but yeah, I'm gonna like to see what we get with Romanov by knockout. If I'm gonna get fancy with it, I'm thinking round two, but it could be round one. We just don't know. But I think if it's gonna be a ground and pound knockout, might be a good little sprinkle bet to do method and round. Romanov by knockout in round two, because I do think if he gets the finish in round one, it'll be by submission. Which, if we're gonna go with probably the safest bet, which at these odds might not even be worth it. But double chance, I think double chance we're probably gonna get it like 2-1 for Vanderaa. But if we can get double chance like at minus 160, sometimes these props are way more generous than I think they're gonna be. But yeah, if we can get Romanov double chance somewhere in like the minus 160 or better range, which I don't think we're gonna get. It's gonna be a gift, but if we can get that, I might slam that. But yeah, I think if you want to get the best value, I think Romanov by knockout is going to be the best value. So we'll see later in the week. This card's going to be very props dependent for me, and like I said, I'm going to be pretty conservative with it. But thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe and take it easy.